Hello, my dear students. Today we are going to learn chapter number 4, materials, metals and non-metals. Now, occurrence of metals and non-metals. There are 92 naturally occurring elements, and out of those 70 are metals and about 22 are non-metals. Some elements show properties of both metals and non-metals. They are called metalloids. Only some metals like gold, silver, platinum, etc. are found in free state. Free state means they are not attached to any other compound. Yes, and they can be extracted easily. They do not need any chemical purification. Yes, but most of the metals are found in combined states as oxides, sulfides, and carbonates, silicates, etc. Some non-metals are found in free state and they are like helium, neon, argon, etc. And some are found in free and combined states like sulfur and phosphorus. Now students, there is a process by which we can extract these metals from their ores, and the process is called metallurgy. So metallurgy is the science of extraction of metal from their ores and their purification. Now we learn about minerals. Minerals are naturally occurring substances containing one or more elements or their compounds. Now what is ore? Ore is a mineral from which one or more metals can be extracted profitably. Now there are various metallurgical processes through which we can extract these ore. So first is concentration of ore, second is reduction, and third is refining. So I will explain you these methods in brief as they are not in your course. So concentration of the ore is removal of impurities from the ore, and reduction means the process of obtaining the metal from its compound. And third, last step is refining. It means it is the process of purification of the impure. So we will now move ahead. Now we will learn about physical properties of metals and non-metals. Physical property means beta, all the outer appearance, how the metal looks like. What is its basic nature like? Yes, that is called physical property. So on seeing, metals are generally solid. Yes, but non-metals are solid, liquid or gases. There is exceptional case also, though all the metals are solid, but mercury is liquid at room temperature. But it is a metal. Metals are hard, yes, but few metals like sodium and potassium are so soft that they can be cut with a knife. Non-metals are solids, but they are very brittle. Brittle means they break very easily. But diamond is a non-metal, which is the hardest non-metal known to us. Third, metals are metallic luster. Metallic luster means shine. They have shine. But non-metals do not have any luster. They have a dull luster or dull appearance. Metals have high melting point and boiling point, but non-metals have low melting point. Next, metals are malleable. Malleable means the property by which metals can be beaten into thin sheets, and non-metals are not malleable, means they cannot be beaten into thin sheet. As they are brittle, they will break. Okay, so they will turn into powder. So it is impossible for the non-metals to be beaten into sheets. Next point, metals are ductile, means they can be drawn into thin wires. Non-metals are non-ductile, means they cannot be drawn into wires. Next, most important point, metals are good conductor of heat and electricity, but non-metals are bad conductor of heat and electricity. But students, there is a non-metal which is very good conductor of electricity, and that is graphite. The lid of your pencil is made up of graphite, and that is the good conductor of electricity. Last, metals are sonorous, means when a metal will fall, it will make a ringing sound. When we'll beat a metal, it will make a ringing sound. When we, for example, when we struck a bell, then it makes a ringing sound because it is metal. But non-metals are not sonorous, means they do not make any ringing sound. Next, we will learn about chemical properties of metals and non-metals. Yes, first we will learn how does metal and non-metal act when they react with oxygen. Reaction with oxygen also means burning because burning activity can be carried only in the presence of oxygen. So, different metals react differently with the oxygen according to their reactivity level. Generally, metals react with oxygen to form metallic oxides, and these oxides are basic oxides because they react with water to form bases. Yes, when the metal oxides react with oxygen, they form metallic oxides, and when we will test their nature with the help of litmus paper, it will turn into blue. So, metals when react with oxygen, they form metallic oxides, and the metallic oxides are basic in nature. For example, when magnesium burns in air, when magnesium burns, it forms magnesium oxide. Okay, so similarly, when non-metal sulfur burns, it forms sulfur dioxide. But non-metals oxide are acidic in nature. Means when we will test these non-metallic oxides with the litmus paper which is blue will turn into red. It shows that non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. Yes. So now we will learn reaction with water of metals and non-metals. When metal reacts with water to form metal hydroxides and hydrogen. Yes, when metal react with water, they form metal hydroxide and hydrogen gas is released. So you can see here, sodium when reacts with water, it forms sodium hydroxide. NaOH is sodium hydroxide and hydrogen gas is released. Yes, so this is a non-metal sodium when it reacts with, sorry, it is a metal. Sodium is a metal. When it reacts with water, it forms sodium hydroxide, and other metal, magnesium when reacts with water, it forms magnesium hydroxide and hydrogen gas is released. Yes, student. So you can write generally that metal when react with water, they form metal hydroxide and hydrogen gas is released. Next, reaction with acids. Reaction with acids. Metal react with acids to form metallic salt and hydrogen. Yes, zinc is a metal which when reacts with hydrochloric acid, it will form zinc chloride, which is a salt, and hydrogen gas will be released. Yes, students. So, most of the non-metals do not react with acids, and non-metals also do not react with water. Very few non-metals like sulfur act with nitric acid to form sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide and water, but mostly major of the non-metals do not react with water and acids. Now, metals replace metals. Students, this is very interesting, and this is also known as displacement reaction. When metal replaces other metal in the salt solution of different metal, that is called displacement reaction. I'll show you how they replace. So students, this is also called as displacement reaction. Why does it happen? How does it happen? I'll explain you. What happens? See, copper sulfate is a metallic salt. When this copper sulfate, when in this copper sulfate, we'll put few stripes of magnesium. What will happen? This magnesium will displace copper and it will form its own salt with sulfate and become magnesium sulfate. So this kind of reaction is called displacement reaction. Now, why does magnesium react with copper sulfate and displaced copper? Because magnesium is more reactive than copper. Yes, magnesium is very strongly reactive than copper. So it displaces copper from its salt solution and forms a salt with the sulfate. Yes, similarly, when zinc reacts with copper sulfate solution, zinc will form zinc sulfate and it will displace copper because zinc is more reactive than copper. Similarly, when iron reacts with copper sulfate, being more reactive, iron will displace copper from its salt solution and form iron sulfate. So this kind of reaction is called displacement reaction. So students, now we will learn about reactivity series. Reactivity series. So students, this is the reactivity series. What is reactivity series? In this series, the metals are arranged according to their decreasing order of reactivity. Yes, you have to learn this also. So most reactive metal is placed on the top and the least reactive metal is placed at bottom. So first potassium, then sodium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, lead, copper, silver, and last one is gold. So potassium is the most reactive metal. Sodium is less reactive than potassium. Magnesium is less reactive than sodium. Aluminium is less reactive than magnesium. Zinc is less reactive than aluminium. Iron is less reactive than zinc. Lead is less reactive than iron. Copper is less reactive than lead. And silver is less reactive than copper. And gold is the least reactive metal. So students, according to this reactivity series, displacement occurs. See, copper here is at lower position than iron. That means copper is least reactive and iron is most reactive. So in the copper sulfate solution, iron will displace copper and form its salt. So displacement reaction goes according to this reactivity series. I hope students, you understood this. Kindly stay at home and stay safe. We'll meet you in next video. Thanks for watching.